AFM with the Archie Roach tribute.
Sorry, do you want to just stand over here just for eye line? Yeah, great, thank you.
My name's Kiwa Cannell. I'm a proud Eastern Torres Strait Islander from the islands of Ugar and Ereb in the Eastern Torres Strait. I'm a program participant of the Singing Our Futures program, where I was mentored by Dan Salton through the program to help write a song which I performed today, which was Disconnected, and it's been an absolutely magical experience for me to get up on stage and share my music with the world.
Amazing, and the audience loved it. They loved your voice. It was really good. And yourself?
Yes, I'm Candace Laura. I'm a Jawoyn and Torres Strait Islander woman from Darwin. Grew up in Perth and moved to Melbourne to follow my dream in music. Also play with the Marindas, and I think years ago I got the opportunity to sing with Uncle Archie, nearly 15 years ago, and that's when I first met Delene. So I think that connection sort of started from there, and living in Melbourne, I got to be a part of managing the Singing Our Futures program and running that with
What's the Our Futures? Say a little bit more about the Our Futures program.
The Singing Our Futures.
Singing Our Futures program. Yeah, so the Singing Our Futures program started with a bunch of young emerging First Nations artists to write a song in response to Uncle Archie's Took the Children Away. So at that time we created a beautiful song called Spiritual Heart, and I think we just seen the success in that program of how well how much is done for these artists. So we've decided to continue it on and called it Singing Our Futures, and so it's really just a program to help emerging First Nations artists on their...
And this is part of the Archie Roach Foundation work now?
Yes, it is, yeah, helping them on their recording of journeys, yeah.
And Archie Roach, obviously, he was so much of his music and his words and messages about social justice and bringing the plight of Aboriginal people and First Nations people to the rest of the world and Australia.
Yeah.
So, and yourself, tell us about that and your contribution and your name, please.
Ngai buri gari melbit ba, ngai garain gugu yalanji bubungu bayamba ngai garain julain wara guburi wara burungu. I'm a Yalanji woman from far north Queensland.
Right.
And I've had just the honour of being a part of the Black Arm Band, and that's where I first officially met Uncle Archie and Rube. And we toured with them a show that we sang in 13 different Aboriginal languages. It was called Dirt Song, and we toured that all over the world, and I got to watch and absorb and learn from Uncle Archie and Auntie Ruby together.
Nice.
And it was magical. I know I'm really blessed to have had that time. Some of the most important things I learnt while touring with them was that you can't separate culture from your artistic practice, and just watching them do that day in and day out in all the different aspects of their careers.
Amazing, getting goosebumps.
And
it
it
does such amazing work.
Exactly, and so everyone that was up there tonight performing those songs are a legacy of that work that they did. And so I look forward to continue to work with the Archie Roach Foundation and continue to collaborate and make some really, I think mostly Gubba Music is my company, and we collaborate with Archie Roach Foundation, and one of the things I really love about this is, and why I do this, is to create platforms for the next generation coming through, and the Archie Roach Foundation does it so wonderfully.
And to continue the message that Uncle Archie Roach brought to everybody, of course, about what the challenges of being First Nation, Aboriginal, Torres Strait Islander. It's an amazing message, and he's really brought home to many people the struggles of First Nations people. So tell us about your name and where you're from and what's
I'm
your
Lionel Louch. I'm a Gunditj Marakarirong Bunjalung man. I'm the oldest nephew of Uncle Archie. My mum's his sister, who's the oldest girl in the family. So I've known Uncle since the day I was born. He's always been there for us. I have a company or business that's called Living Culture, so we're all about saving culture. Yeah, so I teach people to listen. It's the most important thing I can teach anybody. So I take people out on country and I teach you about the bush tuckers, the medicinal plants, a lot about geology, about everything.
And where are you based again?
I'm based down on the Mornington Peninsula.
Great, okay.
Yeah, so down here on Bunurong country.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, so we're based down there, and
Where's that, mate?
Mornington Peninsula, so Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have heard of Portsea, Serrano, all those, down that way.
And you do tours and cultural tours?
Yeah, we do tours, education. Most of my work now involves mental health, so I work in all the rehabs. I work at the Alfred Hospital, I work at the Royal Children's Hospital in the psych ward there.
Amazing.
So I work a lot in mental health. Just taking people out in the country, just trying to teach people to see through an Indigenous perspective.
Yeah.
And everything has purpose and everything carries spirit.
And that's the spirit of Uncle Archie Road, isn't
Exactly,
it?
that's what
carries his spirit on. Thank you so much for coming to Byron Bay and gracing us with the beautiful music of Uncle Archie Roach and his amazing stories. Because that's what his music and his journey was all about, was telling stories, wasn't it? Stories of the Aboriginal people. Yeah. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yalada.
Yeah, Archie. Thank you.
No one's jumping up.